Today I'm back to do another Walking Dead video topic, and today I'm here to talk about Rick Grimes versus the governor. And one of my subscribers sent me this topic in my inbox and one of my overall thoughts on it. And for some of you who do not know, I do put everything I have into these video discussions. I don't do simple video discussions. Although this video discussion will be short because I want to make it long. But let me touch on this first before I talk about the two men. I seen one of Travis Chan 2 videos. Now correct me if I said his name wrong. In this video, he mentioned that, because he also did the same topic about the governor versus the Rick battle that's coming up soon. And he mentions that it's possible, or he said that the governor is going to use Merle Dixon as a double agent to find out where the prison is at. And I got 3 or 4 valid points that completely defeats this logic, what he just said, what he said in the video. Point 1. Look at the mid-season finale of The Walking Dead, episode 8, titled Made to Suffer. Look at the final couple minutes that's left in the episode. Remember when the governor was in a room with Dr. Stevens, and she basically tell him that you're blind, because we all know that Michonne stabbed him in the eye with a piece of glass. Look in the room, we'll see Andrea in the room, and we see the governor gets up in that room and he's about to get ready to walk off. And we see Merle busts through the door, and he starts talking to the governor, and he tells them that the intruders had got over the wall and they was able to escape. And we can see why he's telling the governor this. The governor was just looking in this guy's face with a very angry look. I mean, the look was so, I mean, it looked that bad. It's like he wanted revenge, and we never seen the governor this mad before. This guy was really mad. Point 2. Remember, Merle lied about killing Michonne. So, because of Merle lies, this caused the governor's daughter, Penny, to get killed by Michonne. All because Merle lied about Michonne's death. So, Merle is the reason why Penny is dead now. Also, Merle is the reason why the governor lost his eye, because he lied about killing Michonne, as I just stated. That's point 2. And point 2 alone is a good enough reason to defeat that logic with what he said, with Trav Chan, whatever his name said. So that right there makes sense. If you guys do have to agree with that, it do make sense. Also, not to mention that Penny was this guy's last shred of humanity, his last shred of humanity that he had left inside of him. The governor is completely dark now. That girl was the only thing that was keeping this guy maintained. She's dead now because of Merle. Third point, and this point right here is going to make a lot of sense. Why would Merle play a double agent to go find out where the prison at, when the governor said in episode 7 he already knew what a prison was? In the last final couple of minutes that was left in the episode, we see Maggie tells the governor what the prison was. Well, she tells him about the prison, and he already knew about the prison. It's revealed he already knew about it. So that right there alone defeats it too, because he says that it had too many biters there. He don't call them walkers. He don't call them zombies. He called them biters. And he was so shocked how 10 people was able to take over that whole prison, and that right there scared him, because he felt that those 10 people was a threat, meaning Rick them. Also, another reason, in episode 8, as I just said, the mid-season finale, he was talking to Merle. And Merle asked the governor, once he take over the prison, is he going to let the people from Woodbury go to the prison? And the governor says no. He said he don't want his people around cages, meaning prison cells and barbed wire fences. He says no. So that right there shows you that the governor even said it himself. He don't want the prison. He do not want it. And he also says that he's going to go there, kill Rick them, and let the biters take it back over again. So that right there defeats all that logic stuff about Merle being a double agent. Because I understand what he was saying, because Martinez did that. In the comic books, Martinez played a double agent because Martinez was a part of the governor's group. I'm sorry, he was a part of the governor's group, right? And the governor realizes that Rick is not going to tell him what a prison is, so he let Martinez save Rick them and basically lead them to escape from Woodbury. So Rick them can't believe that Martinez is on their side and he betrayed the governor for them. But it's revealed once Martinez get to that prison, he tries to run back to back to Woodbury and tell the governor where the prison is. So yeah, he did try to play a double agent, but I don't see Merle playing a double agent, because in the comic books the governor did not he didn't know where the prison was at. Now in the TV series the governor did know where the prison was at, but he never thought nobody was there. He didn't even want it, as I just stated. Now let's talk about Rick and the governor. Now both of these men have pinnacles. I want to talk about the governor pinnacle first, because his pinnacle, he has evolved past that skill of Rick. And that's a bad thing. I don't mean that's a good thing at all. That's really a bad thing. The governor has made peace with what he does now. Perfect example. The governor can kill anybody in the Walking Dead universe. He can kill anybody now, and he doesn't even care. He won't show no mercy for it. He won't even show no remorse. Remorse. He won't show no remorse for it. He also won't, and the deaths also will not be on his conscience. He won't even kill. So overall, the governor can go to sleep and not even think about the innocent people that he killed. So that's what I mean when I say the governor has made peace with what he does now. He can kill anybody and not even care about it no more. Now, you have Rick. Now, here's the thing with Rick Grimes. Every death counts. Every death changes Rick's character. And let me explain this. In season 1, Rick had a rule. Rick says, we do not kill the living. Now, I strictly said this in one of my other videos. In season 2, his mind perspective changed, because in season 1, Rick still had this sheriff mind perspective, that he was still in the police academy and the sheriff academy and stuff, although it was still a zombie apocalypse. In season 2, when he meets Dave and Tony at the bar, he ends up killing them because Dave and Tony is trying to find out where he is staying at and where the rest of his group is at. He ends up killing them because they try to kill him first. But see, the only reason Rick was able to do it because he was able to draw his gun faster than they was. And also, him being a policeman also played a major role in this, because they do train them. And Rick had a lot of experience when it comes to shooting gun and good, just overall, he's a good experienced sheriff officer. Now, after Rick kills Dave and Tony, he ends up rescuing Randall. Now, a few episodes down the line, we see Rick talking about at one point. Rick and the group was talking about killing Randall because they didn't want Randall to know where they were staying at, because he could easily go back and go get his group and come back. And Rick was talking about hanging Randall. And Dale tells Rick, he looked Rick in the eye and he says, because at this point Dale was the only person who kept his humanity. He looked Rick in his face and he tells Rick, what happened to not killing the living? And Rick looked Dale in his eyes and he replies back, that's before the living tried to kill us. That's how we know Dave and Tony changed Rick's mind perspective on how he viewed the world. And that's what I mean by every death counts with Rick. It changes his character. So now you get what I'm saying. And Shane also played a major role into this. His death also played a major role, because at one point Shane was trying to get Rick to open up his eyes and make him realize that you can't trust every human being. They're dangerous. That was at one point before Shane started going psycho. And once Rick ends up killing Shane, we see his mind perspective really change. And also, this causes him to go into, at one point, he goes into a rage, and he also begins to break down as a character. And he also starts to question his humanity, and also he starts to question his religion in his religion. And because I remember at one point he started to ask himself, is there really a God? And at one point in season 1, Rick did have a mind perspective that there was a God out there still, and there was hope. But at one point he started to question hope. At one point too, he started to ask, was there any really hope? Was there hope out there still? Now we see his character change. And one more, although we see his character change, he has not made it to that level where the governor is at yet. And I'm so happy that his character changed, because think about it. Take Rick from season 1 of The Walking Dead. I'm talking about the Rick with the sheriff badge. I'm talking about with the black and white mind perspective, and put him in season 3. Do you think that Rick will last? The answer is no. Because like I said, he had a rule not to kill a living. But I guarantee you, Thomas and Andrew didn't have that rule at all. So he wouldn't have lasted. That's the reason why I'm glad his mind perspective made a major change after he killed Shane. Let me touch on this too. A lot of people came to a conclusion that Rick was mad at Lori in season 3. Because she reneged on her word. She told him that basically you need to get rid of Shane, because Shane will do whatever it takes to be with me, even meaning killing you. And she was basically hinting you need to take out Shane. But once Rick actually does that, she kind of reneges and she gets mad at Rick about it. And we see how Rick's mind perspective changed. But that's not the reason why Rick got mad at Lori. And it's not the reason why he remained mad at her. This is what happened. Rick was mad because he had to kill Shane. That's what happened. That's the reason why he stayed mad at Lori through season 3. Even before her death, he was still mad at her. Because he had to kill Shane. Remember, him and Shane was best friends. Way before he even met Lori, him and Shane was best friends. So that's why he was mad at Lori. Now, let me go ahead and speed up the rest of the video. Woodbury had 73 people. Because on episode 3, I remember a woman taking Michonne and Andrea on a tour. And she said that Woodbury have a population of 73 people. And she said once this random girl would have had her baby, it would have made it 74. Tell me why when Rick them comes to Woodbury and attack it, Rick them knocks Woodbury 73 people down to 63 or 64 people in Woodbury. So that's how many people that's living in Woodbury now. 64 to 63 people. Now, I know a lot of you ask, how you know about this? Because I counted the deaths when I was watching the episode. That's the reason why I can truly say it was either 64 or 63 people who died in Woodbury. Well, that's who left. Also, you got to count Warren. Warren was the guy who got stabbed in the neck by Maggie with a walker bone. So his death also played a death count in episode 8. So you let basically 4 people come in Woodbury and knock your population down to 73 or 70. Well, 63 to 64 when your population was 73 in the beginning. And not to mention they also use smoke grenades. Also, Rick them group is nothing to play with, because you mean to tell me 4 people with Rick them came into Woodbury, but only 1 died? Psst, man. And they was able to, and they also was able to save Glenn and Maggie, but only 1 person died in the group. That's some good skills right there. Now, let's talk about how many people Rick have in his group now, ever since he escaped. We got Rick. Now we got Rick, we got Michonne, we got Daryl. Those 3 alone is a problem. Trust me. Those 3 alone. We got Glenn. We got Maggie. And possibly, I'm not saying this a fact, they might have Merle, because I'm pretty sure Merle is going to join the group, not because of Rick them, it's probably because Daryl, and he don't want nobody hurting Daryl. And think about it, Merle is a one-man army himself. Even the governor said this is his own self. He didn't want Merle to even leave Woodbury, because Merle was the only person that was capable of taking care of the town. So we got Merle. We got if I ain't said, we got not Beth, but we got Maggie. We even got Tyrese. We have a full elite team right now. Rick has a full elite team, people. The governor is really going to have to step it up to go against Rick them. And not to mention that most of the people in Woodbury is trying to abandon it now. They're trying to leave Woodbury because they can't handle what's going on. So unless the writers kill off some of the people in the Rick group, I definitely see Rick them being the best in this battle right now, as you can tell. So yeah, this right here was another video discussion, the Rick versus the governor. And for right now, the odds look like they're in Rick's favor right now. Rick them group is the shit. Excuse me for my bad language. They the shit, especially Michonne. So I hope you guys enjoyed my discussion video. Remember to subscribe, rate, and comment, and peace.